Hello. The end of day 4 of the week-long one-to-one with Emma and Flossie. And how have we put ourselves through it today? Wow. We started off after I required a cup of tea in the training house kitchen, where again Flossie is calming down, beautifully relaxing, a lot quicker and a lot better. We took ourselves off to Shepshed, a town a few miles away. Because Emma had enjoyed so much the work we did on the disused railway line at Grace Dew, because it gave us the freedom to get Flossie off lead, we can walk away, teach the dog to pay attention. She enjoyed that so much that when we finished yesterday, she said, I'd like to do some more of that. And I thought, rather than just going back to Grace Dew and replicating it, let's also add something different into it. So we went to Shepshed, where effectively part of the same disused railway line also still exists. And it gives us about a 2-mile stretch to work with, festooned with rabbits and birds and squirrels and all the things that Flossie finds so irresistible, and also people and kids and dogs. So it's a very good place to go to teach a dog how to behave. And we set off on the disused railway line, kept Flossie on a short lead for a start off, just so she learned to relax, and then she had to earn that lead being lengthened. So it becomes, like all privileges in life, they have to be earned. And as she got better, she did more of it and earned more of it and did really well. We got to a part of the disused railway line that's now been taken over by a farm, so we had to do a detour around the farm, got to the next bridge, and it was then too overgrown to walk on. But by doing that, we also were able to work on another one of Flossie's issues, which is proximity to traffic. She's very stressed by traffic, leaps up, barks and lunges towards cars and lorries. So by doing some close work on the footpath close to the road, again gave us the chance to just teach her how to relax and show Emma how to control Flossie safely, and did that there and back, because as I said, the railway line then became unpassable, just very overgrown, which was not surprising when it was last used in 1965. So that's some 70 years ago, if not more. So it's not surprising. So we had to come back along the road, so straight again back into reworking of Flossie against traffic. Went a slightly different route back, went down the embankment where a brook flowed under the old railway line. Gave Flossie a chance to have a drink. And we also discovered, you will have known by now that I'm quite keen on local industrial history, and we discovered a rare remnant of the Charnwood Forest Canal, a Grade 2 listed tunnel that was last used in 1808. And we were able to stand in this tunnel with Flossie, of course, and just soak in a bit of history. Really, really good. Very well preserved and quite enjoyable if you like industrial history. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But then we were able to walk through the tunnel back up onto the railway, and then we were able to encounter a young mum, her daughter or child in a pushchair, with a nice, very nice, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. So, dog for Floss to work against. Did very well. Worked a bit further on. We came across a very old English short-haired pointer and a very old Labrador. Flossie again, yeah, a bit of barking and stuff, but we got past those. For our final challenge was a young guy with a nice large German Shepherd. So we had all this to work with, and then Emma clearly on a roll, as we got back to the car, said, well, let's go back to Grey Stew. So, jumped in the car. But bear in mind, these things are all local. They're only a few minutes' drive away. So it's, because the car is also one of Flossie's issues, so all the stuff in and out of the car and changing how that works is just flowing into each other. We've had a brilliant week. Drove back to Grey Stew. And again, off the lead across the viaduct, which used to be, as I've since learned, before it was used by the railway, it was the aqueduct for the canal. When the canal fell into disrepair, the railway took it over, and it was used up until 1965 as a railway. Fascinating stuff. But what it gave us is a magnificent vantage point, because Flossie was off either side, so we could keep an eye on her. And she came back every single time. So we walked again further on down the railway line, dropped back down, walked under the viaduct. And as we were walking, it was... I shouldn't laugh, but I do. We were walking along the railway line, we encountered a bull mastiff, off lead, and the owner was, she tells me, training the dog. We're on the railway embankment, the dog's coming up the embankment, and the owner just keeps calling the dog, then starts to follow the dog up the embankment. Flossie's having a bit of a woof and a bark, and Emma's walking her away, and the mastiff stops, looks back at its owner, who then calls it. So it goes back towards Flossie, stops, looks back. Owner calls, dog goes back, and so the owner literally had to come within sort of 15 feet of her dog, waving and shouting, treaty, 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 waving a titbit, before this mastiff took the blindest bit of notice. It's only 6 months old. There may be trouble ahead. I think there could be. So we've had a very, very good day. Finished off with a walk through Bradgate Park, very few dogs. But it was nice, the dog did well. So we finished off the day very nicely. Tomorrow is going to be a great day because we're back on home turf. We're down in London, where Emma and Flossie live. So that will be so effectively it's the test day to see how she can transfer these skills to the home environment. And as they live on a boat, it's going to be a very interesting day. Bright and early in the morning, 6 o'clock departure to drive to London, a full day. I will catch up after that. Take care.